So I asked Jamie to give me some proper 12 because we're watching the UFC fight. By we I mean me, and but we only have these like giant ice cubes, and so I was like, "Can you give me a smaller ice cube?" And I heard like some banging in the kitchen, and then she said something to me, and then she walked over and she had a big gallon freezer bag with ice in it, and she was like, "Do you think if I drop this off the balcony that they would crush?" I was like, "Just don't worry about it. It's like
I'll
just
just take the big ice cube. Not that big of a deal.
yeah." So are you gonna try to queue up the? Are you gonna try to pull up the fight or not?
Yeah, I had it going. I can pull it up on my phone very easily. That wasn't the issue.
That's what I have. You should see my setup. It's ridiculous. I have my current cell phone on the right on my TV tray. Yeah, there you go. With the
Oh,
fight. I have my old cell phone on, like, George has a little footstool, and I have that propped up everything. It's a whole ordeal.
that's intense, dude.
What do you think Barry's doing right now?
Uh, I t- I assume he's like in some abandoned warehouse,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Like
dark.
big
Wherever
abandoned
he is,
warehouse.
it's dark.
It's very dark, very dark. But everyone's dressed up like you know, kind of like I don't know, Dark Ages, like masquerade or something going on. Something cool. It's probably cool. Probably.
That'd be a masquerade wedding. I would think I walked into the wrong place. If I walked into a dark, uh, unmarked building and everyone was wearing masks, I'd be like, I don't think I belong here. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, but everyone that knows about it belongs there, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think you'd know about it if you didn't belong.
That's true. That's kind of the whole
So,
underground secret thing going on. So, did you know our video last week got 12 views?
dude, give us an intro, dude.
Right now,
Might be a little late.
dude, I started doing an intro last week, and Barry was like, "That was boring." Hey, everybody, fine,
I, I thought it was good enough, dude.
dude. I do have 792 downloads in my podcasting name plus 12. So, like, maybe I know what I'm doing, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm
I,
just kidding. He
I
did
thought
good.
you had it, dude.
That's fine. I think we should just do intro lists and rant, like, you just hit record,
Just go directly into a rant.
basically. Did you prepare for anything that we said we were gonna do?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Did you
Well,
like
except
did
for
you,
the racers, I did not pick a good racer. I don't
did
know
you
what.
like write down stuff?
I have a notes app, which is the official way of communicating. I think now you
I
just write
don't have a
it in your
notes
notes
app.
app, and then you screenshot it, and then you post it on Twitter. That's how you
Oh,
upload
I
it.
have seen. I have seen the athletes do that.
Yeah, it's the only way of doing it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
before,
gonna like
dude,
what?
quick rant. I went on Amazon. I bought a cocktail shaker so I can be cool, you know.
Shaken, not stirred.
And exactly. And I paid. I don't know. I didn't want to get like a super expensive one because I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. But I also didn't want to get a super cheap one. So I paid a middle of the line price for a cocktail shaker, right?
When you don't know. That's what you do.
Yeah. But what I got was a super cheap one.
Ah.
You know what I mean? So I like got it and like it's a cobbler shaker, not a Boston shaker. The difference is the
Oh,
Boston is the one with the
I
two cups.
believe cobblers are the guys who make sheaves. Does it have anything to do
Yeah.
with that?
Mm,
It's are you mixing alcohol in a shoe? Did you order a shoe?
that's what I got.
That's you weren't expecting it.
Yeah. So Boston shaker is the one with the two cups. You know that they do. They use
Yeah,
like
I
at
thought
bars
that's
and
what they
stuff.
all were. I thought that's how it
Yeah,
worked.
that's kind of what I wanted. But they said like if you're a beginner, you should start with the cobbler shaker, which is the one that has the built-in strainer.
Oh
Like the
yeah.
martini one where they. And that one is supposed to have a built-in strainer, but the strainer doesn't even fit in the hole. It was just like a separate little circle strainer. Like it didn't fit.
That sucked,
I
dude.
don't know. So I wrote
They
a
probably
bad
found
review
like
and I'm returning it and I'm getting like an actual Boston shaker now. I
that's
probably should have
good.
done the research before I bought it instead of after I found out that I bought a shitty
Dude, speaking of not doing Amazon research, there's this book that's like the Bible of fish culture, fish hatchery management, and
You're
it's
into fish
called
culture, dude.
just roll with it. It's called Fish Hatchery Management by this guy named Bob Iver, right? And he wrote this book back in the 70s, and people still use it and they teach a course. Anyway, so my boss's boss wanted us to have a copy so everyone could read it. And so he orders one. He goes and he orders a copy of this book on Amazon. And if you go, we get the book, and it's like faded print, and it's like the margins are huge. There's like this thick margins with like words, and you can't like see any of the pictures, and it's on like home. It looks like somebody printed it out at home and like stapled it, right? And so I go on Amazon and I look up the book, and every review is 1 star, and they're like, "This is the cheapest piece of crap ever. It looks like somebody printed it at home. I can't read anything." And like of course, like no one thought to look that. They're just like, "This is the book I will order." And now, so we have this like useless book. It's frustrating,
Return it. I think you could return anything on Amazon.
dude. It's like not my thing though. Like,
It's not my thing either, but I think it wasn't my thing because I wasn't about the hassle of it. But
no, I
Amazon
don't mean
will
it's my
literally send
thing.
a driver to your house to pick up an unmarked box, and you just say, "Here, this is what I want to return," and they'll just take it. You don't even have to leave your house. That's what I'm doing with the shaker.
Is
Actually,
that
no.
because of the
That's what I
virus?
want. That's what I wanted to do. No, that's what apparently that's just what they do. But Marina's just gonna go drop it off at Kohl's because also you can just go drop it off places and they'll just take it.
some, some poor
I
bastard
print out the
works at
label anymore.
Kohl's.
He's like, "This is not what I signed up for."
Well, okay, well, I didn't know you could do that, but you probably have to like. It probably has to be your or. I didn't order it, otherwise I would return it.
Oh, oh well then, yeah.
Like someone else ordered it, and then yeah, the ship has sailed. But I was a little annoyed. Like if any of you guys bothered at all to read, they didn't.
Yeah, you have a weird book about fish culture.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
too
really
bad
read.
too, because it's like I always have these questions, and I'm like, man, I should look that up in the book, and then I'm like, I'm not using that book, and then I don't look it up, and then I wonder.
You should Google it.
Yeah, we like don't really have internet at work, and so you're right. I should Google it, but by the time I get home, I'm like I just kind of forget about it.
You work for the government. You don't have internet.
We like technically have internet, but if like more than one person's on it at a time, it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that's
And
normal. I think we have the same problem.
yeah, but like there's like okay, there's like the office building where the manager he has a computer that works. And then there's like an underground we did it ourselves internet cable that goes to this old border patrol trailer that we bought, and it's just like parked on the site there. And that's where like my like it's not my office, it's like the office where everyone who doesn't have an office can use, and it just doesn't really work. Like today it was cloudy and it looked like it was going to rain, and I at lunch I tried to bring up a weather radar just to see where the rain was, and after 10 minutes of like I just exited out, and then I went back to work.
Yeah, I got talked to about not checking my email, which is something you're supposed to do every day or something when you're in the military. I don't know that. But I never do it because
That sounds like a shore duty thing.
it takes like half an hour to log in.
Yeah, and
So
if you actually spent the time to do that, they'd be like, "Wow, you're wasting time on the computer."
yeah, so it's not even worth it. And they're
No.
like, "Hey, we've been trying to get a hold of you," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, you know where I'm at." We al-
Yeah.
we also don't have like offices. We all of the RCTs live in the break room of the building.
Oh, nice. Do you have
So
like a
like,
little like locker that's like this big?
yeah,
That's good. At least
we
you
have
have
that.
coverage.
Yeah, we live. I actually have a real locker too because we do have like a locker room with showers and stuff.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
but we live in the break room, and so we'll be like there hanging out, doing official stuff, like playing cards or whatever. And people just come in there and like start eating. They'll just sit down next to you and start eating like people you don't even know. Just
You guys don't live here, do you? No, that wouldn't make sense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eat.
go-
Dude,
Yep.
the end of this fight's crazy.
Are you still
Dude,
watching it?
Rose, are you not?
I did this thing where I made sure that my I had to go make sure that my notes app was still had lists of things
I
that
just did a up here notes app.
well, the I
Right.
have that for pretty much everything. The notes app is more for I I started doing I started doing college football,
Okay, I haven't
and
done that yet, but I think
with
I can do that off the fly.
you think every conference? You think you can pick a team in every conference?
Yes. I kind of want to do that. I'm like ready to talk football.
All right, you want to do football?
No, hold on. Let's just bang it out. Let's just bang out race. We'll do race cars.
All right,
We'll do
help me out
golf.
with race cars.
Okay, let's start on golf. Do you have a favorite
All right,
golfer?
not really, but recently I've been watching Bryson DeChambeau just hit rockets, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Um,
That's
he
what made
seems like
people
not
like.
a likable. The only issue is he seems very not likable.
That's what I
I
was
don't
gonna
think I
kind of
like him
say
as a
is
person.
people like Bubba Watson for the same reason, and he like had a pink driver and it was cool, but he's not likable either. So I don't
Yeah,
like him, but I like Justin Johnson.
I don't know. I I don't know like how do you pick just a dude
I
or
don't
just a
know.
dude while playing golf? I think I like this dude because he just hits bombs all the time. He's probably on steroids, whatever. But like from what I've seen, he's also super unlikable.
Golf
So
probably needs that. Golf probably needs like an unlikable guy that people know.
I mean, he's like
'Cause it's like,
annoying, unlikable.
oh yeah, no, that's not good.
Yeah, like I think the other podcast I listen to, part of my take, they're friends with Brooks Kepka, and he's likable, but I don't think he's as good.
Dude, she's wearing a freaking war chief head dress.
Oh, yikes! That's gonna be
I like how this fight's brought to you by Manscaped.
Manscaped makes really good. Dude, no free ads. We can't talk about Manscaped.
We'll be sending them a bill. Dude, actually, on their commercial earlier, I saw on the commercial earlier, the guy was like shaving his forearm, and I was like, ah, that's weird.
Those are clippers specifically designed to shave your balls.
Yeah, no, I think oh, on the Bill Burt podcast, they advertise on there.
Yeah, I've heard a couple. I listen to enough podcasts where I hear enough Manscaped commercials. Like
It's kind of
Manscaped
annoying.
and like Cash App.
The mother effing cash app. Dude, you've probably seen it, but there's this video of Joe Rogan, and it's like this 1 minute edited together of him talking about chimpanzees, right? Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna send it to you. I like I don't laugh out loud that much at like stuff even that I find funny, and I can't do it. I've watched this video like 20 times, and I can't hold it together. And Jamie hates it, but she also likes it, and I play it all the time. I will send you the link. It's the greatest. It's the greatest 64 seconds I've ever seen on Twitter. So that's exciting for all our viewers. But I'll just ask me. I'll send you the link too, viewers. How about that?
All
How about you
12
not
of
get an
you.
How about you not get an attitude? Just relax.
What are you drinking?
Proper 12.
Is that fancy?
No, dude, you know what proper 12 is?
Nope. Not
There's a
afraid yet.
reason I thought you'd know it, but I'm gonna get it so I can show you.
Go. Boom.
Dude, okay, so proper 12 is Conor McGregor's whiskey.
Oh yeah.
This is
I
why I
actually
thought
know what
you'd,
that is. I forgot
which
what it
is
was called.
it's why I thought you'd know what it is. It's the only reason I bought it, and I don't even like Irish whiskey, and I'm drinking it anyway.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I just like
You
Conor
don't like
McGregor.
it? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why I don't like it, but I like proper 12. It's pretty good. It's way better. You ever drink Jameson?
Not a fan.
You're not a fan?
No.
Yeah, dude. Neither am I, and this is better than that. So it works.
Marina drinks Jameson, but she chases it with pickle juice, and that's still weird to me.
Dude, that's like really disgusting. I hate both those things.
Me too.
Ask her if she drinks proper 12.
She doesn't.
Well, she should start. I don't know why. No, I actually do think it's better, but I don't know. I have like no right to have any opinion on any liquor because I don't know anything about it.
All right, I agree. I agree that you don't know anything about it and that you don't have no opinion. Yeah, burned you.
I appreciate
Um,
the support.
dude, I have a question. Very serious. Why'd you punch your laptop?
Okay. I don't really know, but it stopped working. Kind of. Like it was technically working, I guess. But like if you clicked on anything, it would take like minutes to open. I think I have a conspiracy theory. I'll tell you at the end. And I was just trying to open the internet. Like I was just trying to get a web page. And for a while it's been doing this thing where you can click open Chrome, right? And nothing will happen. Nothing will ever happen. But if you click it again, it'll pop up two windows. And it's like, so you're forcing me to open two windows just so I have to exit out of one so it'll open. Cool. So I was trying to open the internet. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And then I tried to rage uninstall Google Chrome from my computer, and that wouldn't work. And then I was like kind of over it, and I had something to do, and I have another browser on here. So I was like, whatever, I'll just use that one for now. And I tried to open that browser and nothing worked. And then I just, as hard as I can, 3 times on the keyboard. And then I threw it in my closet. And today I went to get it out, and I hope it's broken. Wow, it doesn't work anyway. I hope it broke it. I should have hit it harder. And then I went to get it out today, and it fired right up. But then it had this message that was like,
You
no
hit me.
driver, no driver yeah, just like no driver detected to boot or no boot systems available. So I think I scrambled its guts with hammer fist, and now I don't have to worry about it anymore, and it's broken. I'm like, dude,
What's the plan?
I'm literally glad it's broken, dude. I hate it. I hate computers. I hate that thing. I bought a desktop. I used the school sells all the University of Miami sells their old crap, right? So like everything from like ovens from the kitchens to like tables and chairs to computers. So I bought a desktop, but it's in George's room in our crappy apartment. And the only time I would ever go on the computer, he's like in there sleeping. So I don't need a laptop anyway, in theory. So I'm glad I broke it. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
What video game do you accidentally want? Or do you actually want that she accidentally didn't buy?
It's called NASCAR Heat 5. And I haven't had a NASCAR racing game since I was in high school on my PlayStation 2. What's up? Jamie, the production value of this podcast is plummeting. So, okay, here's the deal. And then this will actually segue into race cars. So I like racing video games a lot, like real ones, not like what were those
Cruising.
racing games where you got a car, you souped it up, and you raced it on the street?
Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yeah. Need for Speed. Like I never got into that stuff, but like real boring like simulators that take like 3 hours, and you have to like mess with the gear ratios, and that's what I like. And so I've bought. We're losing the stream here. I've bought only 2 racing games as an adult, and NASCAR has a game out again called NASCAR Heat, and I want to buy it. So ask me your NASCAR questions because now I'm ready.
Who do I like?
All right. I like a couple people. So my driver,
I want someone who's not too good. I don't want him to be super awesome because I feel like I'd be just jumping. But I don't want him to be horrible because that would suck too.
No, this is perfect.
So Also, I want him to be cool. I don't want some weirdo that I don't know. I want
I
a
got
cool.
all four. I got the perfect guy.
All right, go.
Let me just preface this by saying I've always been since I was like a little kid, like 2003. I was a Matt Kenseth fan forever. He retired last year. He retired 2 years ago. He raced a partial schedule last year, and then if you remember, it was all over the news.
The incident.
Guy dropped the N bomb.
Yeah.
For a driver for Chip Ganassi Racing, and so he got fired. And so Matt Kenseth came out of retirement, and he is now racing again full time in NASCAR. So he's my favorite driver, and it's really cool that he's back, and I get to watch him one more season, right? So he's my favorite driver. But Chase Elliott, that's the guy. That's your guy. He's super cool. He loves college football. He's like nice, right? He's young and upcoming, but he's already won a few races. He races for a good team. He races for Hendrick Motorsports, so he's always going to be competitive. His sponsors are Napa primarily, which I'm a big Napa fan. If I got to get an auto parts thing, I'm going to Napa. And his secondary sponsor is Hooters, which I don't go to, but I just think it's funny. And the Hooters car actually looks awesome. It's black and orange, and it's just like a Hooters car. How could you
All
not
right,
cheer for that?
I'm in. I'm in on Chase Elliott and the Hooters car. Hendrick Motorsports. Let's go. But also, now that I'm a fan, what does a NASCAR fan do? Do I have to watch the entire race? Because, geez.
I I watched the entire race. No, okay. It's a bit of a side issue because, as previously mentioned on unrecorded podcasts or not podcasts, just
Conversations?
conversation.
Conversations.
That's what real life people say. NASCAR has screwed everything up, and it kind of sucks now. Even though I love it. I watched the whole race, but I get why you wouldn't anymore because it's way less exciting. But let me just talk about IndyCar because those you watch the whole race, and it's way more exciting, and there's way more reason to watch the whole race. So my favorite IndyCar driver is Connor Daly. He races full time now. He hasn't for a while, but he's back to full time this year. He's from Noblesville, Indiana. He's really cool. He's kind of like a bro, but he's like an Irish redhead, and he's just kind of funny. And he's just really chill. And he's never won a race. He finished second once, but like I said, he hasn't had a full time ride with a good team. But he still hasn't had a full time ride with like a top flight team. But he's with a good team this year. So I'm hoping he can get his first race, and he's really cool. Now, as a fan, when I watch the race, I just they're always running the ticker and they're showing you where people are, and on TV, I just kind of follow that, and I just kind of track how they how the whole thing's progressing. But in person is where it's super super cool because you get a radio scanner, and you can actually do this. Um, you can pay NASCAR.com and like do it through the internet, and you can sit here in Arizona and I can listen to like the driver scanner from Florida or whatever. But when you're in the race, you pay to get a scanner, and you can actually hear the frequencies that the race car driver talks to his spotters, and he talks to all his crew, and they all talk back and forth, and that's super cool. You were there. That's what I did at the 500.
Yeah. Is that what you were doing? I
That's
thought
what I
you
was
were
doing.
like listening to, I don't know. I know what you're
The
listening to. Really,
broadcast.
really, really cool music while the race is going on to get you pumped up.
Yeah. No, but they're also like at the track, they'll just broadcast the radio broadcast because like something happens and you're like you have no idea what happened because it's like a 2.5 mile
Here,
track.
that's what I'm saying. Here's like the thing about the Indy 500, which I have experienced. It was exciting for all 7 seconds of cars racing in front of you, and then it was less exciting while they went around the ginormous track, and then it was
I get
exciting
that.
again.
I get that, but if that's why it's fun to have a driver, and even if you don't really care, it's fun to like pick a guy. Like I want this guy to win because if you watch the same guy who's going, I'm not really selling this very well, but if you watch the same car like who's going past every time, and you can see like you're not gonna notice like as everyone just wishes past like sixth place past seventh place. You know what I mean? You're not gonna like see that. But if you're tracking a guy and you're like into it and you're hearing what he's saying and they're falling back because they're going to make adjustments, and then it's like they do make adjustments in the pit stops, and when they come out, you're like, okay, he's probably going to be faster, and then you watch it, it's cool.
Can I cheer for the guy who won the race that I saw? Is that guy still alive?
Yeah, he's super cool, and that would actually be cool because his primary sponsor is Napa.
Oh, big
So you
Napa
could
guy
be
here.
you could be like a fully Napa branded race dude. And
What's
Napa,
his
the
name?
store,
First of all, I forgot.
Alexander Rossi.
Yeah, big
And
Alexander
always
Rossi guy.
Napa always does free hat promotions. I've gotten like 3 Napa hats
Oh, dude, easy
at
day.
the store. They had this weird promotion where if you turned in any hat, they'd give you a Napa hat. And it's like, what do they want all those hats for? But they do a lot of times they just do like spend $30 or get a hat or whatever. And they're usually like Napa racing hats.
I'm gonna
And I know
Napa hat now that I'm a full blown Napa fan.
you're a
Napa
hat
racing,
and you're a hat guy.
and I'm a hat guy. So
Okay, so real quick, Formula One, the most over the top, most amazing, most like just stupid expensive and crazy racing series on the planet. It's actually totally different over there because a lot of times you just cheer for a constructor. You'll be like, I'm a Ferrari guy, and you'll want Ferraris to win. You won't be like, you won't have a driver, and then if that driver moves to Mercedes, you won't be like a Mercedes fan anymore. You'll be like, but I'm not really
what are,
into that yet.
what are the makers? Who's in? Obviously Ferrari and Mercedes.
So
BMW have one?
Ferrari, no. Mercedes has 2 teams. They have a joint effort with a team called Force India, which is they run these pink race cars and they're owned by this guy from India. But they have Mercedes engines. There's Renault, which is like a car manufacturer in France. They make like little day cars and stuff like that. There is Alfa Romeo this
Ooh, I like
year,
Alfa
which is
Romeo. That's cool.
it is cool, and they have a sweet car. They're not very good. Um, there's a team called Williams, which is just like an independent race team that's been around forever, and each team fields 2 cars, which is kind of weird. And there's also this team called Red Bull, which is just like a Red Bull sponsored team. And the thing with Formula One, real quick, is right now, as it stands, it's like either Ferrari or Mercedes is gonna win, and then like sometimes Red Bull will win, but that's it. And so it's exciting because they're like the fastest cars in the world, and it's like so over the top, and it's like so expensive, and they race in all these crazy places and these like really historic tracks. But it's kind of their actual on racetrack racing is kind of more boring. And so that might be a hard one to get into if you were just trying to start getting into it. But you can kind of get caught up in like the over the topness of it. It's pretty cool.
I think I'm being an Alfa Romeo fan.
You're probably going to be disappointed for a long time, but
Yeah, that's
oh,
me in
there's a
sports.
team. There's an American team. There's a team called Haas F1, and I like try to cheer for them, but they always just like shoot themselves in the foot. Like last week, both of their cars. I don't even know how this is possible. Both of their cars had brake failure. I think electronically, because these cars are so crazy, right? They have like we could do a podcast on how over the top and ridiculous they are. They harvest kinetic energy from the force of braking, and they store that in a battery. And then when they start going again, they deplete the battery to go faster.
The Black Panther does that.
No way.
The Black Panther, his suit, every time he gets punched, it just stores the energy, and then when he punches someone back, he just discharges all of the energy from getting hit.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Is that because they had the special element?
Yep. I forgot what it's called. Unobtainium. No, that's from Avatar. I don't know what it's
The adamantium. Is that it?
Yep.
What is that? What is adamantium?
I have no idea.
what's the guy with the claws?
Wolverine.
What are his made of?
I thought they were his nails. It's not
What
his
is
nails.
no? Hold on. I'm not supposed to look this up, but I'm right. I'm right.
Normalize Googling.
I tweeted that. Did you see that on the hashtag?
Yeah.
Adamantium is a virtually indestructible man-made steel alloy which does not occur in nature and is exact chemical composition of the United States government secret. It's Captain America. No, it's not.
No. His shield is made out of the stuff that they have in Wakanda.
Okay, hold on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh. Wolverine. It is best known as the substance bonded to
Also, it's
character
called
Wolverine, skeleton, and claws. Adamantium is Wolverine.
oh, vibranium.
Look at me go, dude.
Vibranium. Something like that. Hold on, look it up. That's
What's
what it's called.
vibranium?
That's the element.
Did you make up unobtainium?
No.
Well, what's that then?
That's from the Blue People movie, Avatar.
Ah, Pocahontas.
Yeah, but for blue people. Did you get relegated this year? Or not yet?
Are you
Are
talking
you
about?
in the hunt, Premier League?
Yeah. So as you know, I'll explain to the viewers. Positions 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the championship go into a. Whoa, you fell. Go into a single elimination playoff, and the winner
Yeah.
of the playoff gets promoted with the two teams who finished first and second. So my team is 1 point out of sixth place and is currently in seventh place with 5 games left. So they're right there to get into the playoff to get promoted, which is actually how they got promoted in the first place in 2013. We're talking about Swansea City, by the way.
Yeah.
So they mathematically can't be relegated, which is exciting, and they very, very realistically have a chance to get promoted.
I
And that's
meant
going to be
unrelegated.
great.
That's what I meant. I meant, are you coming up? My
Nah,
team
maybe.
probably won't get. Via probably won't get relegated. We're down there.
Is that your team?
Yeah, dude.
Tell me about that. I don't think I knew that.
What do you mean? I told you. They have cool uniforms, and that's pretty much it.
Here's my complaint about Via's uniform. Is light blue and maroon is like 5 soccer teams that are all near the top flight, and it gets very confusing. West Ham, Aston Villa, and I just forgot the third one. I just had it.
Aston Villa's look better though.
Aston Villa is cool.
Yeah. And they're always at risk of getting relegated, so it's always exciting.
Yeah. You always have like the nervousness of getting relegated, but then every other year you're like, dude, we're getting promoted. That's that's hopefully where Swansea's at, but we'll see.
At least I didn't pick like Leicester City or something.
Yeah, no one knew who they were ever, and now people like them. But that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool for them.
Yeah, well, they did that thing where they got really good one year.
Well, Jamie Vardy is cool too because he's like the superstar, and he kind of came out of nowhere, and he hasn't left.
Yeah.
He hasn't just been bought by Manchester City or whatever. He's like still there, and they're in fourth, I think, or whatever, top 5, which qualifies you. I don't know how it all works, but in the EPL, if you get like top 5, you automatically get in the Champions League and all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of cool.
EPL is 5. I think Bundesliga is 4.
I think it's 5. I don't know. There should be like a quick start guide to how that stuff works because I sit down and I spend time figuring it out. Like it's confusing.
They should like a flow chart. We need a flow chart. Like, will my team go to the Champions League?
Yeah.
And it's like, are you a Via fan? And then arrow to no.
No.
Oh, sweet.
Directly to the championship instead. But I have a favorite EPL team too. Even though I can't like, there's a real good chance my actual favorite team and my second favorite team will be playing each other all the time. So they're not really my favorite team, but I kind of like them, and that's Newcastle.
Yeah. Newcastle's pretty cool.
Dude, they have a cool nickname. They're the Magpies. Their colors are black and white. That's kind of cool. And I've been there. I've taken pictures at the stadium, St. James Park, and it's my favorite beer.
That is cool. Do you have
If
a
I didn't,
favorite Bundesliga team?
so I was down when a couple weeks ago we were talking about Leverkusen because I think that is a perfect slot to be in. Like, they're good. They're not like, I'm not just like picking the best team. Jose Aldo just got beat up. It's tough. It's tough watching super old dudes get beat up and fight. But anyway, but here's the thing about Bayern Leverkusen. Okay, they their logo is a bear aspirin, right? And I was like, oh, is
Yeah.
it owned by Bear? And they're owned by Bear, and they're like a giant pharmaceutical thing. And here's the thing about Bear: they own Monsanto, and Monsanto's the GMO people who sue farmers for like growing corn. And I was just kind of like, I wish it didn't have like an aspirin, which we fun fact we call aspirinos in our house because I had a whole bunch of leftover aspirino because I bought some when I was down in Mexico City, and for a while I was just using it, and so now whenever I'm like, Jamie, can you give me an aspirin? Jamie, can you give me an aspirino? So there you go, a little culture up in
A
here.
little hairy culture.
Yeah. So that was a really, really long-winded way of saying I don't know if I like Leverkusen. What are you distracted by?
I'm trying to get the feed. It's not working.
Oh, really? Mine's working.
Oh, it's fine. I got it. We're good.
I just want to watch Max Holloway. I like him a lot.
I want Masvidal to beat some guy up.
He scares me. He's really scary.
Masvidal?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
yeah, he's terrifying. I'm pretty sure he took the fight on like a couple weeks' notice too.
Yeah, he took it like last week, dude.
Like, they just added it to the card. They're like, Fight
Yeah.
Island. He's like, I'm in. I was
Yeah,
like,
he took like
okay,
last week. I think it was last week.
that's crazy. Do you think he was just like training? Do you think he
Always
just
ready to
doesn't
go.
care?
He's always ready to punch someone. He's
That's
always ready to fight.
badass. That's awesome. So
Um,
is Leverkusen your favorite team?
yeah, that's what I want to my favorite team, and I'm trying to cheer for them. But here's the thing: I when before I was really into European soccer, which I'm not like really into European soccer, but I follow European soccer now. All I cared about was playing FIFA, and my roommate at the time always played with Barcelona, and the only way I would ever beat him was to play with Munich,
Oh yeah.
and mostly because they had Neuer, and Neuer just doesn't let goals be scored on FIFA, which was super awesome because I was really bad at defense. So I really liked them, but I don't want to go into
Yes.
this like I want to pick the team that's won the championship for the last 40 years. You know,
Let me make a counter argument. But all of our teams are terrible.
yeah.
So like, I think it would be fair for you to
In my
just pick
defense, the
like,
Rams went to Super Bowl 2 years ago.
yeah, you're right. But when you're right, and I'm they were good when when you were like 5, but like, our teams don't they haven't won anything. Our teams don't win anything. They haven't for a long time. So like,
I might never see my team
it
win a
wouldn't be the
championship.
worst thing for you to finally just have just it's like, we have a favorite team in like 40 leagues. Like, just pick. You're allowed to pick one winner.
Yeah, but I feel like that's so boring. They don't ever
No, I
lose,
agree. I agree. I wouldn't do
and
it.
they're only getting
I'm just,
better. Like when I
I'm just
saw that
trying
they
to
picked up
support you.
Sane, I'm like, oh, well, they're definitely not ever losing a. Like, have you seen Bayern Munich's like starting squad right now?
No,
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
I'm sure it is.
It's ridiculous.
Um, I don't know enough about the Bundesliga, but I'd like to learn more because my friend Greg once he sent me this really long article written by the soccer people at ESPN, and it talked about what every um soccer league is like compared to um college football. And it said, and it sounds stupid, but it was actually well written. And it said that the Bundesliga is like the Big 12, and it broke it all down. Like they average the most shots on goal per game of any professional league. They average the most goals per game of any professional league. They average like the most like different amount of like how much time possession switches back and forth. And so it was like it's just like action and it's go and it's awesome and it's exciting. And I was like, I
Yeah.
want to watch that. Where it was talking about La Liga, it's like so methodical and slow, and you pass back, you pass forward, you pass back, you pass forward. You make one run and it doesn't work, and you pass back, and then like once every 20 minutes you'll like get a shot on goal, and it's just like, and it's like a really like
Were they
beautiful
the
game and
SEC?
all that. I don't remember. Probably just ground and pound and ugly it up. I don't know. I think MLS is like the MAC or something.
The American. Oh my god.
But I don't
I'm
know.
so
It's like
sorry.
I don't know that it's really on TV. The Bundesliga is starting to be on ESPN though, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, because there's nothing really else. What is
I should
that?
I should just buy ESPN Plus
Probably.
because there's
I have
like
ESPN.
ESPN Plus.
Mm-mm. The only reason I would buy it is to watch all 30 for 30s. I love 30 for 30s.
Yeah, but there's like a lot of like during the college football season, it's like there'll be like 10 great games on, but then there's like every freaking game. I like watching weird football games. Like I'll watch like an Ivy League game if it's on. I don't know. I just like watching weird stuff like that, and it's always on ESPN Plus. Oh,
Do
he got
you?
shut down. He's
I
up
don't know.
again.
Okay.
I'm the
I don't
seventh
know
viewer to his new stream.
if you've ever thought about this, but I don't know much about the other European soccer leagues,
I don't know a
and
lot.
I don't really know if I can pick a team just because I don't know much about them.
I know I
The only
have a
ones I
team
care
in
about are like the Italians and the
yeah,
French.
and the Spanish La
Not
Liga.
like, well, I mean that's a big league. I know more about La Liga than I know about like I don't know much about what is Series One, Serie One,
Yeah,
and then Un.
and I this is I like there's the top flight league in the Netherlands is called the Eredivisie. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm saying that
you like
right.
you're a big Ajax guy.
No,
That's the
dude.
only team I can
I
name.
SC Herenveen because that's where my people hail from. And I showed you guys once. I like them so much. I bought the flag of Friesland, which is the area they represent, and it's what their jerseys are. The jerseys are like the flag, so they're really cool. And on my current FIFA career mode guy, that's what I play for. And I'm trying to get to the Bundesliga, but I just keep getting offers for like relegation EPL
My
teams.
favorite Netherlands team is PSV Eindhoven.
They're always at the top. That's a good one too.
Are they always the top?
No, they're not. They're all they're they're top five. They're always up there battling, and every now and then they'll poke their heads in like I think the
They like
international
Mexican
stuff.
players in that league.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. There's a bunch of Mexican players that play in the Netherlands for some reason. I don't know why, but they do.
Huh? They must have like a guy over there.
Yeah, probably. Hey,
Like
get me into your league, bro.
yeah, exactly.
You still got that
Everyone just
connect to
knows.
Netherlands,
Dude, what's your favorite Liga MX team?
America.
I knew that. I just the podcast listeners don't. So
Oh, what's your team, dude? Oh, you're a Puma guy, right?
Las Pumas.
Puma. They
I've
have
been to
the
the
coolest
stadium.
jerseys I think ever.
They have
So
the coolest jerseys. I've been to the stadium. I'm a big stadium guy. You'll hear me say that a lot. I've been to the stadium, and I know a guy who played for them. And he showed me all the pictures of the team photos of him out there in like the 70s. I was like, that's so cool.
that is cool.
Yeah, played
America
defense
has the
back then.
coolest stadium though. even though sometimes apparently the field is in very bad conditions.
I
It's so bad
saw.
that the NFL can't play there.
Yeah. Well, no, that was Shakira's fault.
Shakira did that.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, seriously, like the week
ridiculous.
before she had a concert, they just like trashed the field and then they left. They're like, it's yours now. And they didn't play on it. I've seen
The stadium's humongous.
what's the team in Mexico City that's Azul?
Cruz Azul.
Yes. I've seen their stadium from a spinning restaurant in the sky. It was pretty cool.
Do they not play at the same stadium?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
I think they do.
Really?
Oh no, never mind. No,
They don't, right?
they play at Estadio Azul. Yeah,
Yeah, well, Cruz Azul is more like downtown.
yeah. Because America has a big stadium there. They play in the
Dude, how fun would that be? Did you go
they
to
play in
games
the
down
real
there?
stadium.
That's what we should do. When we go to Mexico, dude, we should plan it out so we can like hit up the stadium.
Go to Estadio Azteca. I want to go there. It's huge.
Yeah,
So big.
definitely. What's your favorite MLS team?
I don't know. I hate the Sounders. Is that good? The Indianapolis team. That's my favorite MLS team now. Can I
Oh,
choose them? They're in, right?
no, they're not. No,
Oh.
they're in the NASL, North American Soccer League, or something. It's the next flight down.
Oh.
But they played a team that is now in MLS, and so that's probably why you thought that. They because when we went to see them, they played Minnesota.
Oh. I like LAFC.
Okay, that's because you like Carlos Vela.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
like him too.
I find myself cheering for LAFC. Did I tell you about the time that I went to go watch uh the Galaxy play against the Sounders in Seattle?
I don't think so.
I went to go watch me and a bunch of friends. It was when we came back from our big FIFA underway. Where
Oh yeah.
we played FIFA all underway. That's all we did. We got back and we're like, yo, Galaxy are playing in Seattle. Like 2 weeks from now, we should definitely go. So we all got tickets. We're all gonna go. We're like, we're gonna go see Ibrahimovic. We're gonna go see God, right? We're like, let's go. We're super
Oh, I think I
excited.
know where this is going.
And we showed up and like we were super excited. We got like really good seats. And right before we get I get a ESPN notification that Ibrahimovic and I forgot like three other players that like all the good
Oh,
players were like, yeah, we're not playing today. And because I don't know what he said. He said he wanted to rest for some other game or something. I don't know what it is. He
that's not
he
right.
faked an injury, and so he didn't play. The Galaxy got beat like 5-0 by the Sounders, which was horrible to watch because Seattle fans are probably the most annoying fans in the world.
In the world.
And so not only did I get to see Ibrahimovic, I got just like berated by Seattle fans. And then
That sucks.
I go on Twitter the next day, and Ibrahimovic posted a picture like hanging out with like Justin Bieber or something that night, and I'm like, this guy. I didn't get to see Ibrahimovic because he was hanging out with. It was like Justin Bieber or Ed Sheeran. It was
Dude,
some
that's what he's
musician.
like. He was just like, you are lucky to have my presence, and you will take what you can get. I am Zlatan. Did you remember what he did when he left? What he did with the newspaper?
No.
When he left LA and he signed with another team, he took out a full page ad in the newspaper in Los Angeles. It was just like, you're welcome. He's crazy.
I love
He's
that
so
guy.
funny though.
The funny thing is
And
that's who he is. Like he's been like that since he was what 15.
yeah, dude.
He was a
He has
15-year-old, and he got asked to try out for was it like Man U,
insane.
and he's like Zlatan doesn't try out for teams. It's like, dude, you're 15 years old.
Go do your homework, weirdo. That's
You're
hilarious.
15-year-old and you're being asked to try out for like the best team in the world. He's like, no,
Dude,
I don't try
before
out
I
for
knew like
teams.
before I was into soccer or knew anything about it at all, I knew who he was because he did this like bicycle kick from the sideline near the halfway point, and it went in. And I like it's still burned into my brain as like the greatest goal I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players ever. He's awesome.
He's crazy. Where'd he go? I don't remember. I thought I knew. He
He
went
went
back
back
to
to
Europe.
yeah. I don't remember
Yeah,
where he plays over there, but he plays
I
in
don't
Europe
know.
somewhere.
Probably
Yeah,
being a cocky bastard wherever he is.
for sure. He's doing his thing.
I think it would be cool if Indianapolis got an MLS team, but they got to be careful because they're adding teams like left and right. They're just like that team, that team, that team, and you don't want to get too big. Cause, well, not that you
No
don't
one's
want to
gonna know
get
what's
too
going
big.
on.
You just gotta. Soccer is getting popular, and you don't want to just catch a wave and think that everyone actually likes it, and then it kind of levels off to normal, and then it's like you have 50 teams in the league, and it's like you're in trouble when you're
I've never had
playing.
a good experience going to a soccer game, so
Me neither, and
uh,
I always swear it off.
it's the worst. Soccer
I
games
don't
are
know
the worst.
why. I hate it. But I really want to go to a Swansea game.
It could be so
That would be
disappointing.
better. That would be better. A packed house that's like singing and stuff like that at night. That would be really fun. It's because of where I've been. I've only been in America. That's why. That's why it sucks. It's because it's American. They're playing in some football stadium, and it's just like there's like 30 nerds who are actually diehard fans, and there's like it just doesn't. It
I don't know.
just
The
sucks.
game we went to was pretty cool. Like
Which
this
one?
Copa America, that was pretty sweet.
Football America. That was cool, but the team we
I
were
remember
cheering
we
for ended
were
up losing
traders.
again. Yeah, at least at least you weren't wearing. I think I was wearing like red, white, and blue stuff, so it was worse for me. I think people were like high fiving me, and I was all confused. It's weird. We're Team Ecuador.
People were
I
getting
lost.
upset.
I know. It's because the fans. They're like people in. I don't know. Sports fans in Seattle. They just like.
So
They're
annoying,
just
dude.
like you just want to. Once you're there in person and experiencing, you just want to cheer against them. You just want them to be sad. You don't
Yeah,
want them to have. You don't want them to be happy
I've
about
I've
sports.
been
It's
to
like they
two
don't. I don't
Rams
know.
Seahawks games, and I've been to that game. I've been to a Sounders game, and the only time that I've left, the Rams won one time. All of these three times were times that the team that I was cheering for lost. So Seattle went, and they were so annoying. And the one time the Rams just beat the crap out of them. I think Todd Gurley went off for like 300 yards, something crazy. He was just destroying them. Like Russell Wilson got sacked like 7 times. It was like the best time of my life. Like the fans were like walking out in the fourth quarter, like halfway through the fourth quarter, and I was like having a blast. That's
That's
probably my
awesome.
best Rams game experience. Just being able to.
Last time I watched my favorite football team in person, the Buffalo Bills, I flew to Indiana to watch it, and Derek Anderson started. And you may be like, well, this must have been in 2009. So that, he was pretty good back then. No, it was 2018. And
How old
they
is
got
he?
beat like 38-6. He was like 40. He was the third stringer because Josh Allen was out and Nathan Peterman was out. And so Derek Anderson started, and they just got the crap
Did he
beat out of
throw
him.
more or less than 7 interceptions in the first half?
Less, but
That's not so bad.
probably close. They got destroyed. It was really bad, and I was like, I'm never going to spend another cent on this stupid team until they win a playoff game. And then when the schedule came out this year, and I didn't know I was moving to Arizona, I was like, oh, they're playing in Denver. Oh, they're playing in Denver. We're going to the game in Denver. And then I was like, oh, I'm moving to Arizona. Oh well. And then I'm like, oh, they're playing the Cardinals. I'm going to go. Like I immediately was like, I can't wait to see them.
Did they
But
play
now
in
I'm not.
LA this year?
Yeah, I'm not going to any football games.
Are there going to be fans allowed?
First of all, probably not. But second of all, if there are, there's going to be like 20% capacity, and it's just going to be weird. They're going to be like piping in music, and you have to sit next to somebody made of cardboard, and it's just like I'm not going.
Yeah, probably go either. I wanted to go see the Rams play in Tampa this year.
Yeah, dude, I want to go. They're in
That'd be the
Arizona.
coolest.
I guarantee you, if there was a crowd, that crowd in Phoenix would be full of Bills fans because it's just like I
No
don't
one
know
likes the
that thing.
Cardinals.
Yeah, no one likes the Cardinals, and everyone's in Phoenix, but like no one's from Phoenix, and so there's like I know that I saw the Steelers game on TV last
Yeah,
year, and
that's
you would
crazy.
like not know that it wasn't in Pittsburgh. So like, and there's tons of Bills fans everywhere, and people always like joke about how can that be possible because they've sucked for so long, but it's like economically depressed former large cities on the east had everybody move out, and that's why there's Steelers fans everywhere. That's why there's like Bills aren't as popular, but there's Bills fans everywhere. There's Browns fans everywhere. It's just the way it is. But I'm not going. I'm not going to the Indy 500 either. I reluctantly said no, I wouldn't because you had to log in and say whether or not you wanted to keep your tickets or not, and I said no. I'm pretty sad about it. I really tried to talk myself into it, but I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. It's 50% capacity. It's just not. I'm not doing it. Not this year. I didn't go
I don't
last
think I'm
year.
doing anything either. Also, the Navy has me on lockdown, so they probably won't let me go either way. Full
I have
lockdown.
to blow my nose. I'm gonna mute it.
You should have let the sound on. Should have let the sound on. It would have been way better.
That would have no. It was too much. I really went. I really got after it. I was building for a while.
You're going.
Yeah, dude. I don't even do anything. I haven't eaten out at a restaurant in person in like I don't know since March. And everything's open here and nobody cares.
Yeah, that's because there's not a problem there. It's just
No, there
Arizona.
is. There is a problem in Arizona. It's kind of bad. It's weird.
Florida
But
just
anyway,
pretend like it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist here. It's fine.
yeah, that's what they do here.
Our beaches are crowded. It's all good.
Yeah, our bars and restaurants are all
Oh, yeah,
open.
there's parties here. It's fine. And then
It
people get
should we
really
should
upset.
honestly, that's
Oh,
what we should do though. We should yeah. I don't even want to get into it, right? But we should it either should have been like super strict, everyone locks down and we just try to kick the thing out of the way. Or like we should just all open up and not care. Like we did the worst of both. We killed the economy and we killed a bunch of people. It's like I'm not saying which one's better. I'm just saying we should have done one or the other.
oh yeah, you're probably right. I think the worst thing was to like halfway do each one.
Exactly.
Has the main event started yet?
No, but this fight's about to get stopped.
Oh, getting beat up.
Jose Aldo is just he's on the ground and he's covering his head like this and he's just getting rained down hammer fists and bad.
I just want to
Fighting is such
watch.
a weird thing, dude. It's like it doesn't matter how good you are or how great you were. It's like your career ends with you getting your ass kicked and people thinking you're washed up and that you suck. It's like that's how the fighter's career goes. It's the way it has to be. Dude, being an MMA ref, that's a tough job.
Yeah, well, people are getting mad at you either way. Especially like when you see like the fighter just getting beat up, getting destroyed, and then they stop the fight, and the fighter gets mad at the ref, like, I had him.
Yeah, I had it right where I wanted him. But then every now and then you'll see someone get almost completely out, and you're almost like, dude, stop it. And they don't, and then they come back and win, and you're like, I'm so glad he didn't stop it. This was
Yeah, exactly.
incredible.
Well, but where's that line? Like, how do you know?
That's the
Because
thing.
some
That's
of
a
these
hard
dudes,
job.
because a
If you're
majority
bad
of
at
the
your job, dude,
time,
you can get someone killed.
yeah, a majority of the time it doesn't happen. A majority of the time, like, if they don't stop it, the guy just gets beat up more.
No, I know. And it's like, how much are you willing to let that go? And it's like the dude's life's on your watch.
Yeah,
Like now that I know that he wasn't going to do anything, they probably should have stopped this fight earlier because for like 1 minute he was getting punched in the ear. Like that's not good for you.
It's hard to watch.
UFC's, man, it's brutal, but it's great. But I like that it's more of a sport now than when it started. You ever watch that stuff? You ever watch like UFC one?
I don't know if I watched one, but I watched really early UFCs. I was a big Tito Ortiz fan.
Yeah, dude. Even before that, it was like there was no rounds. You know that
No.
when it started, there was no rounds. There was no. It was like it was a fighter of one discipline and a fighter of another discipline, and you got in the ring, and it was like when someone quits, this fight is over. Go. And there was no. I mean, there was a ref, but there was no rounds. There was no taking a break. There was no cut man. It
Where's
was
this guy from?
Russia. That's the
Oh,
flag of
yeah.
Russia.
I was looking at it sideways. I thought he was French.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Oh man. No, Max Holloway fights next.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, for sure. I like him a lot,
I
dude.
I like the little guys just getting carried around. Some guy tweeted, I forgot. Some guy tweeted at a UFC fighter and was like, "Hey, like you suck at fighting," and just like roasted him. And the UFC fighter responded with, "You wouldn't say it to my face," and he's like, "No, absolutely not. I would get my ass kicked."
I saw that. He's like, yeah,
Fair
I would get
enough.
my ass kicked. That's why I said it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, fair enough. I saw that, dude. That was great. I was like, dude, I actually respect both of them.
Yeah, me too. That's good, dude.
That's so funny.
I think I got beat up, dude.
That went into
Oh.
the fifth round though. That went all the that almost went the entire 25 minutes. Imagine doing that for 25 minutes.
There's a show on Netflix. It's about weird sports. And there's an Italian sport. It's like soccer. It's like rugby, I want to say. It's called Calcio something. But it's like they only play 2 games a year. And you have to watch it. It's a documentary, but I think you'd like it. I'll send you the link, but it's 27-man teams. So it's two 27-man teams on the field. And it's like rugby, where like it's a soccer ball and they have to get it on into the net on the other side of the field. And so like they throw the ball in and like one team gets it, but like like in football there's blocking, and basketball you set screens. In this game you just fight, and like there's like 14 guys just beating the crap out of each other, and then like you have to like run and like go score.
Are
Well,
they
like,
gloved up? Are they wearing like gloves?
oh no, these guys are like shirtless. They have like war paint on, and they're just like, and
And they're
there's
like hitting each other in the face. That's crazy.
beating the crap out of each other. And it's like 5 teams or 4 teams, I don't remember, maybe 6 teams. And it's like your team is based on where you were born, and it's in Florence. So it's like based on like what part of Florence you were born in, and like, you can't change teams. Like if you were born there, you're on that team. That's the team you're part of.
Dude, that's
And
crazy.
they play 2 games a year, and it's like the winners play
Yeah, you can
30.
only play 2 games a year because you need 6 months to heal.
The guy was like, yeah. Afterwards, we got really hammered, and then at 3 in the morning, I went to the hospital because my ribs were broken. Yeah, dude, you got
Dude,
body slammed.
I wonder if it's like actually really strategic, and it's like you have fighters out front who like
No,
aren't
it is.
handling. Yeah, right. Okay.
That's what they do. They have like the fast guys who run the ball. They have like goalies. They have like 3 goalies because the goal is
Oh
huge. The goal is the entire length of the field or width of the field, and it's like, yeah, and they have like the fighters up front who just like, and they'll toss the ball back, and the guy will just hold the ball until like your team has beat the shit out of enough people to get to the other side. So they're just like holding the ball, tossing it back and forth while everyone's like full like brawl in the middle of the team.
that's
And then they're like,
insane.
okay, I see a gap, and they'll run in the gap.
That's like such one of those sports that's like it existed hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and somehow it slipped through the cracks and hasn't gotten canceled yet. And now it's like tradition, so they let it happen.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's like they march one before the game. They march through Florence, and there's like fans, and they don't get paid anything. And the winner gets a cow. Like the winning team, they slaughter a cow, and they feed the winning team. And like they march the cow through the city before, and it's all decorated. It has like gold horns, and like they put the flag on its back, and they march it through, and then like they do this brawl, and then at the end of the day, you get your slaughtered cow
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
and victory.
Speaking of brutal sporting events, have you ever heard of the Isle of Man TT?
No.
It's a motorcycle race through the streets of the Isle of Man, which is an island off the west coast of England, small little country that belongs to the UK or whatever. And it's this like 27-mile loop through like these like back like the countryside, and then like these like tiny little villages, and these guys get on their bikes and they're going like 200 miles an hour through like little downtowns of like little tiny villages. And you have to watch some YouTube videos of this. Of people will sit on their porch, right? And they'll just hear and just like this bike will like you can't even see it, and it's like it's not a track, dude. It's not a track. There's no hay bales. There's no barrier. It's like they're like driving through a town, and you can like stand on the sidewalk, and like 340 people have died in this thing over the years, and it is brutal, dude. Like more than it averages, like more obviously, like 3 people a year die on average, and it's insane. And it's almost like I'm not. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm almost like they should ban this. It's too crazy. It was probably like a thing, like 80 years ago with like little putt motorcycles, but now they're like on these like race motorcycles and they're going 200 miles an hour. And you can watch videos of like people just dying. Like I saw this video of this guy. He took all he did. He didn't crash it really. Well, he didn't like crash with another guy. Hi, Jamie. He just took a turn. Like he just took a turn a little bit wrong through this like little town, and he hit the curb, and he like went flying into a brick pub at like 200 miles an hour and just done. And they just keep
Oh.
racing. And his bike was in the air, it was like and he's just like boom, and it's just like
Everyone like
I don't know. I've watched even live on TV. I've watched race car drivers die, and it's usually like this like very somber thing, and it's like things get canceled and stuff like that. But it's like they just like drag your body off and keep racing, I guess. I did watch this one. I watched it wasn't live, but it was back in the '90s. There was a NASCAR race at Watkins Glen, and the guy died on like the second lap, and they announced it on the broadcast, and they were like, "We're going to keep racing because that's what he would have wanted." And I was like, "You're probably right." And then they were like, "It's really sad, but this guy just died." And then they're like, "Okay, back to the race." It was weird. I was like, I mean, that was the '90s though, so a little different.
I'm so excited for sports to come back. I want to watch baseball.
I'm almost to the point where like I don't want to get my hopes up.
I get my hopes up every time. I get excited.
My hopes are fully up.
Yeah.
I'm acting like they're not.
I see a
I was just
tweet
talking.
and I like it, I retweet it, and I'm like, it's back.
Here's what I don't want to happen. Okay, I'm not claiming. I'm not saying it's the Bills' year and that the Bills are definitely gonna like Super Bowl contenders or whatever. But like the Bills are definitely trending up. Okay, they had a good run last year. They totally blew a playoff game for no reason, and like everyone's back. They
Well, they
got
couldn't
better.
tackle Deshaun Watson.
I know.
They just refused to.
I know they just let him go. Everyone's back. They got better, right? They added a wide receiver threat, except for Ed Oliver getting a DUI in Texas. Everything's been going well in the offseason. And you know when he got pulled, I don't know if you saw the video. When he got pulled over, he was wearing like all his Bills workout gear, and I was just like, oh god, that sucks. But
Wouldn't want it any other way.
I just don't want this year to be so derailed that like it. Oh, and Tom Brady freaking left, right? And so it's like all these things. The Bills finally don't suck. The
Oh,
Patriots.
but how do you feel about Cam Newton? You think he's gonna do all
I'm
right?
not. I I am more worried about Cam Newton than anyone they had, but I'm not super worried about Cam Newton. He as a passer, man, he's really like not been very good recently. And I mean, he will most likely need to be a passer in that system. So I'm
In
not
his
super
defense,
worried
he
about
doesn't
it.
have a shoulder.
Yeah, no, I'm not
They
even
just
saying.
surgically removed his shoulder, so he's doing pretty well for a quarterback without an arm.
Yeah, like yeah, for whatever reason. Oh, did you make it too strong? For
I
whatever
didn't
reason,
have
it's
enough.
just
I only had this much ginger ale,
ah.
so I didn't realize that until after.
But anyway, like the Patriots in theory are trending down. The Bills in theory are trending up. The Dolphins and the Jets still suck, and it's just like the Bills for the taking. And I just if they don't play this year, dude, I'm gonna be
But
so
the AFC is so stacked. No,
yeah.
it's not even stacked. It's top heavy. The AFC is so top heavy right now. It's like I don't see the Chiefs and Ravens not being in every AFC championship game for like the rest of at least 10 years apparently.
For at least $500 million worth of time.
Exactly. That was
Yeah, I
ridiculous,
hear
by the
you.
way.
Huh?
I said that was ridiculous, by the way.
I know.
Just the amount of money that this kid's making.
You know what's weird though is like the more I listened to it on the radio, the more it started coming out that after the fourth year, it's like a series of team options. So like in year
Well, I
five,
just
six,
that's
seven,
the
eight,
craziest part to me is that he's gonna be able to restructure. He's gonna be making more money than that.
no, they're team options.
You don't think that they're gonna pay him more money?
No.
I think he's gonna make a gazillion dollars. 10 million. 100 million. 1,000 million.
Why would they? No. Why would they just for just because they're nice? They're gonna pay him more. They don't
Because
have to.
if not, he's gonna leave.
He can't leave. That's what I'm
He can
saying.
hold out. Imagine if Patrick Mahomes holds out. What are they gonna be like? Oh, we'll be fine without you. He'll be like, okay.
No, but they'll be like, oh, remember that $43 million you wanted? I recommend not holding out and playing football. That's what they'll say. Like, here's a table, like a conference table of money. Like, you may hold out, but we recommend you don't, Patrick, that's what they'll say. They're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
then
pay him.
he could just like hold out, and then they'll be like 0-4, and he'll be like, oh. Here's the thing. They're always like they don't even need to buy any other players. They can just go into every draft and be like, I'm gonna draft the fastest receiver, and then they win. Like
It's not that simple.
that's all. He just throws it really far to really fast guys.
It's not that simple.
That's all they need to do. The Chiefs
They had a
have
good,
the Super Bowl for the next 10 years.
you have to have a defense, and they had a pretty good defense.
Yeah, decent defense.
I don't know. We'll see. I was just talking to Gene about this. It's like Tom Brady and the Patriots have been the best team of the last 15 years, right?
20.
But Tom Brady has taken constant pay cuts. And it's like, can a team whose quarterback is making that much money, can they be consistently good? It's yet to be seen.
I don't think Tom Brady is at the talent level in any way, like anywhere near the talent level of Patrick Mahomes.
He might not be, but he has other things. He
Patrick,
doesn't
that's
have like.
only no, but Patrick Mahomes, this is only his third year, fourth year,
I know,
third year,
but
fourth
my
year.
my point is,
He's already
can
he has an MVP.
I'm not trying to say
Jeff,
Patrick Mahomes isn't good.
I know you're
I'm
not trying to
saying
say
if
that.
Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback ever, is it enough if your team sucks because you can't afford to pay anybody? I don't think it's for sure. Yes.
Uh, I think it'll work out.
What is working out? What counts as working out?
I
How many more Super Bowls do they have to win for it to work?
If you told me right now that the Rams are going to pay Jared Goff a $10 million, hey, we're going to pay him $500 million, a 10-year contract, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, but we are for sure going to get one Super Bowl win. I'd be like, all right, I'm in.
Oh, I would too.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to see the Rams in a Super Bowl, and
Why?
that's gonna. I
Because
think
Jared
I
Goff sucks.
don't think he sucks. I
Well,
like
then
Jared
why?
Goff.
Well, why do you think that? Your coach is good.
The Rams have this do this thing where they overpay players really early, and it never works
That's
out.
weird.
It's bad.
Yeah, they're really bad about that. And
Yeah, and it
well, they're
that
not. It's not too early, but they're gonna overpay for Jalen Ramsey too.
yeah, I see that.
I mean, they don't have a choice.
They overpaid Gurley, they overpaid Goff. Uh, they're probably gonna overpay Jalen Ramsey and not be able to afford to re-sign Cooper Kupp, who I really like.
Who's she?
Uh,
Is he? What does the fan base think about your GM?
I think everybody likes Les Snead. He's
They do
I
like
think
him.
because he's a bro.
Yeah, see, that'll get you so far, but we'll see.
He's a bro. I was sad when we lost Wade Phillips. That made me sad. I'm a big Wade guy. And now
Me
we
too.
lost our special teams coach, Fassel, and we lost Greg the Leg, who did disappoint me a couple times last year. But
Where'd
Greg Zuerlein
Fassel
was
go?
Cowboys.
Is he special teams coach still?
I think so.
That's weird. They must have just paid him a bunch, I guess.
And he's really good. Really good
It's
special teams
underrated.
coordinator.
You
Overrated or
don't.
underrated?
It's underrated. You don't think a lot of like our special teams coach helped us win, but like they can definitely help you lose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the Rams special teams has been very creative for the last years under Fassel.
Mm-hmm.
They would do fake punts all the time just for fun.
That's Jamie's
Granted, they
favorite
had
play in all of football.
the fake punt.
The fake punt.
How do you
He
feel about the
loves.
fake field goal?
How do you
How's
feel
the
about the
fake?
fake field goal? Pretty good. She likes all trick plays.
That's one of the things that I didn't like about the field goal being moved back, the PAT. It
Mm.
completely eliminates the fake field goal.
The fake extra point.
Yeah,
How many times does that happen though?
I don't know, but it's not doesn't happen anymore at
Dude,
all
I
anymore.
actually don't remember ever seeing a fake field goal extra point. I don't know that that's ever happened in the history of football. And you're mad that now there's no chance.
What about the time that Tony Romo fumbled the hold?
I
He
remember
almost
that.
against the Seahawks. He almost made it. He definitely would not have made it this year, this
That's
day and
true.
age.
He would have been like 29 yards short. That's a good point.
See? That wouldn't even have been as exciting. That wouldn't have been so embarrassing.
Dude, that's the thing I was gonna say about the Seahawks earlier. Is like we were talking about the fans, and like I don't actually mind the Seahawks because
Me neither.
I like
I
Russell
dislike
Wilson.
the Seahawks because I dislike their fans.
Exactly. But for a while there, especially when we were living back up there, like Marshawn Lynch is hilarious.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson, you can cheer for Russell Wilson.
he's very good.
They had, I don't know, I didn't like Richard Sherman, but like the
I
whole,
hate it.
yeah, I hate him too. But you know, they had some. and growing up as kids, it was like there was no reason to hate the Seahawks because like A, they sucked, and B, no one thought about them. So I had like no animosity to them. But then, yeah, dude, their fans just make it impossible.
Growing up, I didn't like San Francisco, just because that's like the natural rival. They were better than the Seahawks. Seahawks weren't good. The 49ers were the only real competition, I think. Growing up watching the Rams be really bad, but
The Rams didn't
uh,
have a rival because
they're so bad. Yeah, I know.
they were just so
But
bad. Yeah,
like, especially being in Washington, I really developed a hatred for the Seahawks fan base, which made me in turn not like the Seahawks. I like Russell
no,
Wilson. I think he's probably the best quarterback. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFC for sure.
yeah,
Might
I
be the
think
best
so too.
quarterback in the league. I don't know. It's arguable. But I don't know. I don't like him. I hate the stupid green color. I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. When they rebranded with that, I got pretty annoying.
I liked Sean Alexander back in the day.
Oh yeah,
He was pretty cool.
Hasselbeck.
Yeah,
Dude,
Hasselbeck
I
too.
really wish that they would wear their like 1990s throwbacks with the silver and the Kelly green and the royal blue.
The ugly bird with the big eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Boz, that era. Like they've never worn those, and they're so cool. They were just terrible. One of the coolest wide receivers ever in the NFL history is named Steve Largent.
Yeah, I was gonna say the larger days.
Yeah, he was a Seahawk. He was really cool.
The Rams had a super cool rebrand. That's exciting.
Dude, it's so bad.
No, it's not, dude. It's awesome, dude.
I don't. Do you
The,
like it?
the only thing I don't like about the uniform is the gradient numbers.
I don't like the gradient numbers. I don't like the freaking logo. The LA logo is bad. It's
Dude,
bad.
it's grown on me. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, dude. I like it. I'm in on it, dude. The little
Can I
Ram
tell?
logo I think is really good, and the LA logo I don't think is as bad as everyone says.
Hold on. That's the. That's not a question. Right now? Yeah, sure. Jamie just walked in the room and she's like, banana bread. Like that's not a question. Okay, here's why the real logo sucks. Okay, the horn is too skinny and it doesn't change its shape. That's why it looks bad because it's too skinny to begin with. And it doesn't go thick and then get thin as it curls around. And that's why it looks so weird. It doesn't look like a ram horn. It looks like a bad hairdo. I'm very passionate about logos. And I'm not anti-Rams. And I wish it was awesome, but it's just not. I just really don't like it.
I was disappointed at first because there was so much potential. And I agree
Yeah.
that it did not live up to the potential. But I don't think it is that bad.
I think the Chargers do a much better job.
Oh, the Chargers is awesome. The Chargers
The
did the
Char-
best rebrand. Out of all the rebrands, the Chargers is definitely the best one.
yeah.
Better than
Well,
Tampa's,
yeah,
better than
Tampa.
the Patriots.
Thank you. Atlanta sucks.
Oh yeah, that was bad. They look like the. Have you watched The Longest Yard?
No, but I've seen the when it came out, I saw the tweets and stuff like that.
Yeah, they look like Mean Machine. Banana bread.
Yeah, dude. Banana bread, now it's here. Banana bread and Irish whiskey.
The win. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Hey, I have a question.
What's up?
Just a warm up. Uh, what's your favorite Conference USA team?
That's tough.
I'm curious because you said you could go off the dome any conference, and that's one of the ones that I struggle with the most.
That's tough because I like some logos. I like some colors.
I
I
went.
say, hold on. I don't want to put too much thought in it because that's the whole point of not preparing and going off the dome. I think Tulane. They went back to their old retro logo of it's a wave and he's fighting, and I really like that. I thought it was really cool that they used to play in the Superdome, and now they built their own stadium, and that's really cool. They got good colors. I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
Rice. Go Owls.
Rice is funny because they have a giant stadium that hosted a Super Bowl.
Really? I don't know the Super Bowl.
They have like a 70,000 seat stadium that like has like 50,000 worth of tarps all over it, and they hosted like Super Bowl 9 or something. Seriously, then Rice
That's cool.
Stadium.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
It is really
I
cool. So that's a good pick.
I went with I like the random fancy letter R. I think that's a cool logo. I like that they're owls.
I like that
Smart.
too.
Embrace that. And I'm a big Houston sports hater. And they are rivals with University of Houston. Rivals, as in like neither of us are really good at anything, but let's hate each other.
Yeah, I don't like Houston sports either, but I kind of just don't like Texas.
Well, I like Rice in Texas. So
Rice is Rice is a good pick. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't naturally gravitate towards them because I wouldn't pick a Texas school as my favorite school.
the only one that I didn't pick because I couldn't decide was Mountain West.
Oh, dude, come on,
I couldn't think of a team. Dude. I was looking
dude,
for the teams and I'm like, I don't feel anything towards any of these. No, none of them made me feel happy.
dude. Wyoming.
I don't want to copy you.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Mountain West has actually kind of. I think you could go Hawaii, right? Because they're just like they throw for 500 yards every game and they suck. That's kind of fun. You could go Nevada.
Battleborn.
Exactly. It's kind of burning inside your soul, whether or not you like it or not.
Did I go
But
Hawaii?
yeah, that's what I said first. You could go Hawaii.
Yeah, but I
Hawaii
say
is
why are they
likable.
why are they there?
I don't know. You
Yeah,
can't get
that
much
made any
more.
sense.
You can't get much more west than that. And I think they have a mountain too. I think there's
Uh,
mountains out there.
I can't pick Fresno State. I know that for sure because my favorite football highlights is Reggie Bush just destroying Fresno State. That's like when I think football, college football, that's my first thought is Reggie Bush just getting 500 rushing yards on Fresno State.
You'll have to send me that link too. You can't go Boise State either.
Nah, San Diego State, that's pretty cool. Or UNLV. Rebels, hey
You can't
Rebels.
say that anymore. You can't say Rebels anymore. They're changing the mascot.
Are they changing it?
Well, they went around the campus and they hauled down all the statues, so probably.
Oh, what about Utah
I
State?
know it had nothing to do with the Confederacy. I visited Utah State, and it's actually really cool. Campus is kind of like up on this hill, and it looks over this small town called Logan. It's pretty cool. I could be a Utah State fan, and they're the Aggies. I've always thought the Aggies, like that nickname, was kind of cool. Is that not cool to you?
No, I could stick with the Rams. I did like initially like the Rams because they have cool helmets, so keep that going all the way into Colorado.
Please don't.
Why not, dude? Go Rams.
Please don't. Here's the thing. Fort Collins is awful. It is just like it's like Wyoming, but like full of strip malls and traffic. And somehow everything there has been built within the last like 4 years, and it's all brand new, and it's all like crappy apartment buildings. Just don't. All right, we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do this episode right now because we should actually have a football
A
episode.
full football one.
One
Yeah.
more. Hold on. One more.
I just wanted to see if you could actually go out the dome.
I think I can.
The MAC.
I've
I
played
thought about it
so
a
much.
lot.
Dude, I played so much NCAA football 2006 that I can probably do the subdivision conferences too.
You can do Sun Belt.
Yeah, dude. UL Monroe. No, I don't
That's what I picked,
know.
dude. I picked the Monroe, dude.
You really? Fine. UL Lafayette. Why'd you pick Monroe?
Something different. I picked it for some reason. I don't
Dartboard.
remember
Well,
why.
Lafayette's a Raging Cajuns, and that's funny.
What's Monroe? And
Um,
Mac, I picked the Chippewas, dude. Big Chippewa guy.
are you? Is that because of
Taking Mix?
all-time college quarterback great Dan Lefevre?
No. I saw them
One of
play at
the
Arizona one time. And I remember they had the most ginormous defensive end I've ever seen in my life. That it was just a monster of a man. And he was like right in front of me because I was on the away side end zone where they were warming up before the game. And this guy was just the biggest human being I've ever seen. And I was like, that guy's cool.
you don't know who it is?
No, he wasn't very good. He didn't make it to the
Oh,
NFL or anything. He was just a ginormous
it's just
defensive end
huge.
that played for. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool too. I gotta go Ball State though.
that's cool.
They're the closest Division I football team to my house growing up, which is kind of cool. And my sister went there, and in 2005, my dad and I had season tickets because they were like buy one get one free. They were like buy one get one free because the stadium was under renovation and it's a MAC school. So I think for like $50, we went to the whole entire season.
Dude, let's get this football season. If it happens, dude, I'm down to be fully invested in the Mac. Let's go
Dude,
Maction all day, dude.
I freaking love the MAC, dude. I've been on MACtion for years. They play on like they'll play on like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night just to get on ESPN.
Yeah, that's why I was excited. You can watch football. Like, we can be excited about football any day of the week. If you
Dude,
follow the Mac,
let's get really into the MAC.
I'm down, dude.
The MAC has a lot of actually like really kind of cool schools too.
Yeah, they all have cool mascots. They're all
Hmm.
like really fast. Like the Jets.
Well, and there's Buffaloes in the MAC. Which I always cheer
Real
for.
Mac.
Khalil
That's cool.
Mack, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Buffaloes in the Khalil Mack.
yeah. The Khalil Mac
Khalil Mack
Maction.
almost Khalil Mack as a with the Buffalo Bulls almost as a defensive end, he almost single-handedly beat Ohio State in Columbus. They lost like 14-10. And Gene, my friend Gene talks. He's a big Ohio State fan, and he always talks about that game. He's like, I have never seen a single player in any football game affect the game that much that Khalil Mack did that day. And he's just
Khalil
like,
Mac's insane.
he
When I
really
was
is.
playing Madden the other day, when I was on duty and I told you I played,
Oh
did I tell
yeah.
you I played like 10 hours of Madden? Um, I played the Bears twice. I played them in the playoffs and I played them in the regular season too. And one of like the achievements is like limit Khalil Mack to 2 sacks. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get sacked twice by Khalil Mack. It's ridiculous. Like this Madden. Dude, first play of the game he sacked me. Like this guy he had like 4 sacks. He just destroyed me. He was like insane in Madden. So if you're playing Madden 20, stay away from Khalil Mack. He was just throwing my linemen around. It was ridiculous.
Dude, I haven't played Madden in like since I haven't owned a Madden game since Madden 2005 with Ray Lewis.
I had that one for Xbox.
Yeah, original Xbox, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
I
haven't
don't
been
own
in a
that Madden
Madden
game.
game.
Someone just left it in the break room, so which is where we live.
Yeah, it
So
makes
I
sense.
just I just sat down and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a revenge season with the Rams.
If Madden was in front of me, I would play it, but I feel real guilty about buying video games and stuff. I don't. It's like I try not to. I try not
I
to buy
have
games. I haven't had
Madden
that many.
25. That's the last one I got,
Oh yeah.
which was I think 2016. Something like
I was I was gonna buy the new FIFA game this year though because I had FIFA 15 and then now I'm still playing FIFA 18 and I feel like FIFA 21 like every 3 years I feel like I can justify spending $60 on a game I put like 100 hours into.
if you get 21, dude, I'll play 21 too. I'm playing 19.
I don't play online though, so it's not like we can even play each other.
Play online, dude. I don't play
I
online either.
would.
I'm
It
not gonna
costs
lie to you.
extra money. Here's
I
the
don't play
deal.
online.
If we could
I
use
got
the internet,
I did like a 3 month subscription one time, and I realized that I didn't play online enough to make it worth it. So I don't even pay for it anymore. That's why I do like the seasons and stuff. Like I don't play enough to make it worth buying the subscription.
yeah, just be like Barry and apparently pay for it every year since like 2014 and just not
Yeah,
care.
I'm gonna tell him to cancel his
That's
and pay
crazy.
for mine instead.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, what's the difference? He's never used it.
If you're paying it anyway, like I'll use it.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing right now. What do you? Where does one go to? Like an underground wedding? What is the reception? Because when we started, he was in the wedding, but now it's like,
It's in the warehouse though.
I guess
Everything's
if you
happening in this warehouse.
is there like a different section or is it all just one big room?
The room.
I think it's down by the docks.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Or you
for
know
sure
that
by it.
the LA River, is that what it's called? Where
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
go race cars and stuff?
yeah.
I'd be down there somewhere.
Hmm.
If I was doing something that I didn't want people to know about in LA, that's where I would go. Just 100% based on movies.
Yeah, there's in Greece they race cars there, and then
Yeah,
also I don't know. There's other movies.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
stuff
sure
always
it's not a
happens
river. I'm pretty sure it's just like an illegal racetrack,
there.
as far as
For
I can
sure.
tell. I've never seen it. Actually, I think I drove over it once when I was going to Matoyer's house,
I've never seen it. I'm
but it was
sure.
before it was all concrete. It was just kind of like
Yeah,
a ditch with some weeds in it. I don't think it ever has water in it. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't
I
think
don't
there's a
know.
river. I think it's like a code name.
I'm sure sometimes it rains and there's like puddles in there, but that's about it.
Hmm. Someone like someone has a sprinkler going in their backyard, and every now and then it'll like dribble down in there, but that's it.
Yeah, yeah, LA River.
All right, what are we gonna talk about next week?
Um, we
We're
should
gonna
do
talk
football
about
next week.
we should do football. We should do all the
Because
conferences.
I'm antsy about football.
I know. We could do all the conferences and all the divisions.
Okay.
I don't know what Angel's gonna do. I don't think he likes football.
He probably doesn't.
He's gonna in the beginning of the episode he's gonna tell us how the warehouse went, and then he's just gonna have to go along for the ride.
Sounds good. I'm excited about the warehouse. I want to know what's going on there.
I'm sure something went down. He also just like completely did like you can't get a hold of him for like days on end, and then he'll pop
He's
in and be like, "Hey fellas, this thing and that thing," and then he'll just like disappear.
I don't think Jeff lets him talk to people. Well, first name basis, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that he doesn't let him. It's that like when you work 22 hours a day, you can't. It's just how it's just a math thing.
I'm sure you have to turn your phone in before you go in there. That way you don't steal any of the cloud.
Yeah, you could download little pieces of the cloud and take it outside and then expose the data breach. I don't know. I'm
Just hack
sure
the
he would
mainframe.
he would tell us more about it, but he'd have to kill us.
Yeah. I wonder if
All
he can
right,
hack the
well,
mainframe. He could probably hack the mainframe
dude,
for
I think
sure.
he is the mainframe. I think he's part of the mainframe. You're gonna hit stop recording on this thing, and it's gonna be like, all right, we saved 5 minutes. You had no room left. Here is 5 minutes.
Okay.
All
Peace.
right, well, see ya.
Later.